Hello, my dear apprentices. In this video, we're going to review how to divide a 4-digit number by a 2-digit number. Let us begin. All right, so we have a horizontal division problem. We're going to turn it into a vertical division problem. So we have 4,859. So that's our number, 4,859. Okay, so now this number is divided. So here's the division symbol, and that's going to be divided by 23, which means that we are going to make groups of 23. One of the fastest ways to do this is by rounding the 23 to 20. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pretend that the 23 is a 20. And here is our next step. We're going to look to see if this is well, let me not omit this part. So can we make a group of 23 out of 4? And the answer is yes, that is correct. No. So the answer should be 0 here. Now, can you make a group of 23 out of 48? Okay, that works. So here's what happens. Now we're going to use this it's estimation to see if that's true. So if we say 20 times 1 equals 20, what if we say 20 times 2 equals, that will be 40. Notice that 40 is really close to, there you go. 40 is really close to 48, which is the number that we are looking at, 48. So based on this, we know that the 23 can go into 48 two times. So let's try that. Let's do that. Let me erase this part right here on the bottom. It's a little confusing even to me. Anyway, so here we go. So we said that the answer is going to be 2. Okay, so we find that 2. What is 2 times 23? Well, we can do the multiplication on the side, or we can do this one at a time. So 2 times 3 equals 6. We write the 6 right below the 8. And then we multiply 2 times 2 equals 4. Now notice that here we don't have to carry over any number. We just multiply it straight out and it gives you an answer that is a whole number. Now we're going to subtract 48 minus 46. The remainder of those two it's 2. So that will be the number. Well, that's too big of a number. Let me make it a little smaller. Okay, so that would be 2. Now, notice that we have more numbers to divide. We have a 5 that we have not divided yet. So we're going to drop the 5. Okay, we're going to drop the 5 to regroup it with the 2. So now again, we have a 25. And the question is again, how many times the 23, this 23 can go into, how many groups of 23s can you make out of 25, which is the 25 here? So again, we can use our estimation. So I think that would be only 1, okay, because 20 times 1 equals 1, so this will be the answer. Okay, so we will write that 1 right above the 5. Then we'll multiply. What is 1 times 23? Or we can do it separately. Let me make sure this one looks like a 1. Okay, so 1 times 3 equals 3. We write the 3 right below the 5. And 1 times 2 equals 2. And now we have the second number. We have now these two numbers, and we're going to subtract the 23 from the 25, and the remainder is 2. Okay, so now as you can see, we have divided. Let me move this so it's not confusing to anyone. We have found the answer for two of the numbers. Okay, now let me choose another color. Okay, how about this one? Now, we have not divided the 9, so the 9 needs to be dropped to be regrouped with the 2. And now the 9 is no longer a 9, it's 29. And once again, we ask the same questions. How many groups of 23 can we make out of this number 29? And based on our estimation here, it's only one. So we write the answer on the quotient area. This is where the answer goes, the quotient area. And we say, what is 1 times 23? Remember, that will be easier. 1 times 23, any number multiplied by 1 equals the same number, which means 23. Okay? And now we're going to subtract 23 from 29. And on this one, don't borrow, just count up. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So the difference between 23 and 29 is 6. So this is a remainder. Now we need to check with multiplication. This is going to be taking a little longer. So if you look at the number, remember, let me write this down for you so you remember. Okay? So to check a division problem, comma, multiply the quotient, in this case is 211, times the divisor, which in this case will be 23, plus the remainder if there is one. In this case, there is one right here. All right, so let's look at this. This is what we need to do. So here is the quotient times the divisor plus the remainder. All right, let's do the math on the side. So that's going to be 211 times 23. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Let's do the math. Let me use a different color to demonstrate how it is done. So we always start with the ones. So 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times the second one, which is 1/10, equals 3. And 3 times 2 equals 6. Okay, so now we're done with the 3. And here's what happens. I'm going to erase these arrows. Hopefully I will be able to erase the arrows only. Oh yes, I can. Excellent. So now we're going to multiply the 2/10. In this case, the 3 was already multiplied, so we're going to convert it into a 0. So now that gives you the visual that the 2 is not a 2, it's a 10. And we're going to place the 0 as a placeholder. Now we're going to multiply. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 1 equals 2. And 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay. And now we have our two partial products. Our next step is to add them up. 3 plus 2, 0 equals 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. And 6 plus 2 equals 8. And 4 plus 0 equals 4. Now, this number must be the same thing as this number. However, it is not this number yet. And here's the reason why. Because the instructions say multiply the quotient 211 times the divisor 23 plus the remainder if there's one. The remainder in this case is 6. So we're going to add the remainder to the total here. And this is how we check the division. 3 plus 6 equals 9. And 5 plus 0 equals 5. 8 plus 0 equals 8. And 4 plus 0 equals 4. Now, this number now, my friends, this number must match the number inside the division problem. So let me guide you through it. So this number, it is in fact equal to this number. And that, my friends, lets you know that the problem is correct. Signing out, your coach, Mr. Magno. Watch the video more than once until you understand the process. and then complete the division by yourself. That's going to help you a lot. Remember, to master a concept, you have to practice and 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 practice. Remember, practice. Signing out, your coach, Mr. Magno.